Good morning. Gonna have another day stream with Final Fantasy XIV. Cause I just want to get as much as I can done with Post-Endwalker. So today is going to be role quests. Not just with Thunderin, because that's who I'm going to start with today. Because Thunderin still needs to do dailies. It'll probably be the last dailies of the week. Because Thunderin's pretty close to being done. And then I'll hop over to Jaeger as well. I did get him caught up with Thunderin based on what Thunderin was able to unlock yesterday. And I just need to go find that other dungeon to unlock, check my macros, all of them, to make for sure that whatever I decide to go in as my abilities are ready to go at level 90. And who knows, maybe I should probably look at getting a little bit of armor here at Vadadhan, especially accessories, because whenever I played Sage and I was doing one of the 80 to 90 dungeons, I didn't do so well, and I was a little embarrassed by that, so I will probably fix that sometime today as well. Well, let's go ahead and get started on the main screen of Final Fantasy XIV. You can see on here that I still have my little animation window up. I am looking for a animation day job again. I am a character animator of 6 years, and I just got done working on a project, so I'm open for the next one. I do a lot of animation that works with motion capture, so I know how to blend well with keyframe techniques to make the animation and the motion capture even better. If I'm not working on an actual animation team, I've also worked on the motion capture stage as being a technician or like a technical assistant, setting up cameras, putting markers on suits and props, and setting up the cameras, not only the physical cameras that check the markers, but also the digital cameras for when you can see what the actor does with the character in real time. And I set up the 3D environment so the talent also knows where to move in the volume space and stay away from like physical structured objects. So that's me. That's what I do during the day. And I do have a motion stage job coming up next week, so I'm still working, but I'm looking for that full-time job or a long-term contract, so I can just keep working and keep making awesome stuff. Alright, with that said and done, let's also turn down the music a little bit more. I'm going to completely turn it off this time, my personal music. But if you want to listen to my music, anything that is interesting you that is playing right above my head, feel free to use the action command music join. And what music join is going to do is it is going to take you to a specific channel in my Discord, and there you can be invited to a listen along. All you need is your own Spotify, and once you hit that join button, you'll be able to listen to the music that I am playing at the same time. Instead, the only thing that you'll be able to control is the volume. So while I'll have it low and I'll be able to listen it to my side, and I'll do my best that it doesn't go through my microphone, I will go ahead and pop up the game music as well. So the game music should be low enough to where if you want to listen to my music, it shouldn't heed what's going on with Spotify. Or, if you don't want to listen to the game music or my music, feel free to listen to your own. It doesn't matter. I only do this because of copyright reasons. And I hate it whenever I look at my pre-recorded streams and see that some of the audio has been muted because of copyright. So, sorry to say, music industry, if you want more people to listen to your music, you're just gonna have to deal with it. I do understand as an artist that there are certain restrictions you don't want to share for certain reasons, maybe because I'm making money. I am here to tell you I am not. I am a free streamer. I don't get paid to do this. This is just me and my regular day, casually just playing favorite games and listening to good music. If you do want to spread your music, you're gonna have to pay me to do that, I guess. I will do it freely, but if you want me to actually play it on stream, I guess you're gonna have to pay me. And I guess I have to get paid too by Twitch. So, let's make a deal. Twitch, music industry, let's make a deal? No? Alright. This is how it is. Let's go ahead and get started. So over here is, I believe, the healer's role quests. Oh, right. Gotta turn on the BGM. BGM. So yeah, I did turn it on, I can't hear it, it's way too low. If you need me to turn up anything game related or down, let me know. Alright, let's go ahead and get this going. If you're ready to lend us your aid, I apprise you of the situation. We receive reports of a creature believed to be a blasphemy stalking the streets of Alamigo. That's why they didn't start it until now. Troops have been assigned to track and slay the beast, but there are likely to be casualties. With most of our healers posted elsewhere, we have thought to petition you for aid. I would be glad to help. Once again, we're in your debt. We shall inform Commander Alden forthwith. Comrades in Immortal Flames will be glad to have you watching over them. You see, as there have been no sightings of any blasphemies in our lands, we have joined the Alamingan allies in their hunt for the fiend. Trouble is, the majority of our own healers are working day and night to treat the tempered Imperials captured at Palgothan. Okay, for that reason, we too will be glad of help. Your presence alone will be a great comfort to the troops, I'm sure. As time is of the essence, I ask you to make your way to the Alamingan quarter and report for duty. Commander Alden is overseeing the hunt, and he will explain all upon arrival. May Ralgar grant you strength. Alright, there's that. Okay, so... another job. Red Mage. And looks like Red Mage is gonna go help the Ishgardians. My Lord Thunderin, I have awaited your coming. The phenomenon wherein men turn into monsters pains me to say that Ishgard has not been spared. A dread blasphemy has appeared in the Holy See, and to compound the people's horror, the beast resembles a dragon. 'Tis imperative that it be vanquished without delay, and to that end we have begun assembling a hunting party. Given that fear and dismay may turn our allies against us, we are being stringent in whom we choose for this duty. Yet we have confidence in the quality of our knights. The mission would greatly benefit in the presence of a battle mage, one who can stand unflinching in the face of our fell quarry. We would be hard-pressed to find an individual who fits that description better than you. Will you not lend us your strength and skill? You can count on me. We are in your debt. Just a moment while I relay the glad tidings to command. Link shell. Talk. This settled. Upon arriving in Ishgard, please take yourself to the Aetherite Plaza. Lord Artario will be there to receive you. May the Fury speed your way. Alright, there's that. Next, we've got Tank. Who's Tank? Here we go. The Gridanians. I have come on behalf of the Twin Adders to enlist the aid of accomplished fighters. The small folk cower in the homes for fear of an unprecedented threat to the 12th word. A blasphemy. It strikes quickly and with deadly precision before returning to the shadows, whence it came. Try as we might, we have yet to devise a means to track it, much less slay it. Several brave souls search for it even now, but their chances would improve greatly if they had a stout protector by their side. Judging by your reputation, I dare say you precisely the man we seek. What say you? Will you serve as the shield that stands between Gridania and certain doom? Protecting the realm is what I do. That is completely Thunderin right there. Thunderin is the child of Ramu. And Ramu in this game is a protector. So, spawn of Ramu, totally a protector as well. I love how, you know, phrases like that just line up with my character so well. I will take that as an enthusiastic yes. Make haste to Adder's Nest and report to my superior. All Gridania shall pray for your success. Alright, do I have any other jobs that I need to focus on? Nope, I think that's pretty much it. This is for physical range. That will be, Jaeger. And what do we have here? Melee DPS. That is also Jaeger. Great, so Jaeger will be able to do the rest of them, and hopefully we'll do those later. Okay, so first thing I need to do with Thunderin is macro checks. This will be just something at least quick enough. And also I'm gonna do this as well. Here we go, browse at Han. So this. And then journey to the ocular and approach the portal. Did I forget to do that? I did! I did forget. Okay, I need to do that. Enter string Figma screen... enter the dungeon. And also enter this dungeon. So I've already got those up and ready to go, so I don't need to highlight those. Alright, let's head over to Jaeger's estate. If you want to join me, go ahead and use !Stratagems. Stratagems Hall is the name of Jaeger's venue. It's a great place to hang out if you have a static. I've got a bunch of different rooms themed for you guys to sit, chat, and talk about your next adventure. Or if you need some time, what I'm doing right here is my training grounds. I will get level 90 striking dummies once I get some more nuts. And, yeah, you feel free to come and hang out. If you're right here, I'll say hello to you guys. The hangout location is in Aether, Gilgamesh. Goblet... Oh, I gotta change that. Not Goblin Resident, Goblet Residence. Ward 24, Plot 41. I'm gonna go ahead and change that in Dream Elements real quick. That always seems to be what I do these days. Doing things real quick. And making mistakes. But you live, you learn, and then you fix it. There we go. Goblet. Save. So now it should pop up properly. Stratagems. There we go. Goblet 2441. Come by and hang out. Okay. I think I've already checked. But let's go ahead and check again for Paladin. Actually, no, I haven't checked. There's this new Blade of Fate here that I was like, oh, what is this? So, this deals unexpected damage to target and all enemies nearby with a potency of 420 for the first enemy and 50% less for all remaining enemies. Your potency of 400, it restores your own HP, and it restores MP. Can only be executed while under the effect of Blade of Faith ready, granted when the effect of Requiescat ends. Okay, so can only be executed while under the effect of Requiescat. So yeah, I still have to go through the effect of doing Holy Spirit 4 times, because Requiescat gives me 5 stacks, and then the last one will be Confitor, and as soon as Requiescat ends with Confitor, then I will be doing Blade of Faith. And it looks like it comes from something. Where is it? What does it come from? Spirits Within Mastery. No, not that. The healing effect of Divine Veil. Where is this coming from? It's level 90. Where is this coming from? I know it comes from here. Vitor. All this stuff right here is just stuff that that are for macros. I guess I really need to, if I just want to throw it down here. This is the usual... This is the usual... single target combo. Roaring Blade and Royal Authority. And then... Prominence. Total Eclipse. Yeah. Shield Bash Stun, I don't need that. Age of Halon. Yeah, it's Royal Authority. Children, throw that down here. I'll put that right in the middle. That is my ranged. Fine Veil, I'll put down here for checks. I think I already have it down here. Atonement. Okay, let's go ahead and give this a try. Go ahead and activate Requisite. So 1, and then this should activate Confitor. Ah, there's Blade of Faith. Oh, okay. Blade of Faith is... And then Blade of Truth. Wow. More... And Blade of Valor? Okay. I gotta make sure that I do that entire combo. So I do have it in here that Confittor is like numero uno. So let me just check to make for sure that I actually do that with my macro. So, Confitor, Blade of Faith, Blade of Truth, Blade of Valor. Okay, so it works. So I don't have to worry about it. Alright, there they are. So, Blade of Faith restores own HP and restores MP. Blade of Truth restores MP and restores own HP as well. And it's 500. And Blade of Valor is 580. Restores MP. Damage over time. 80 for the first enemy, 50% for all less. So it creates a dot. That's really nice. Damage over time cannot be stacked with that of Goring Blade. Okay. I think something else that I want to check. It's just to see if anything else changes. Looking at Royal Authority, I'm looking at Goring Blade. It doesn't look like anything's changing. The only thing that's changing is Confitor. And then I'll go into my combo. Got it. Alright, so what else do we have? We've got... Expansion. Expiation? Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Delivers an attack to target and all enemies nearby it with a potency of 340 for the first enemy and 50% less for all remaining enemies. Let's see if it changes into something. It doesn't change into anything. So... And it's a global cooldown. So, have I put this anywhere else? Expansion not there. Expansion not there. Expansion would probably go really well here. If you ever see that my macros have slash weight 1, that means that they're old. And I haven't updated it to put the in brackets weight. So let's go ahead. I want to put Expansion down here. Oh, and it also restores MP, so... Do I have... Yeah, I do. I do have it here. So let's go ahead and put... Blade of Faith 420. Echo. 420. Blade of Faith. Blade of Truth is 500. And then it was 580 for Blade of Valor? Yes. Echo 580. Blade of Valor. Is Confitor still 800? It's 900 now. Update. Let's see. Atonement. Atonement is still Atonement is 420. Okay. There you go. 420. Royal Authority is 130? Oh, it's 420. It's 420. So, they made this weaker. Say goodbye to that. Goring Blade. Goring Blade with a combo potency of 250. Wow, that went down. Spirits Within. Is 270. Well, they just made everything weaker. Except for the new ones. That's not fair. Holy Spirit is 540. $540. Holy Spirit. Am I spelling that right? Requiscat. Scat? Is that it? There's a E in there. Okay, and the Holy Spirit without Requisite is 270. Wow, okay. Rage of Halon. Here you are. Is 330. Riot Blade is 300. So that didn't change. Goring Blade is 250. That hasn't changed. Holy Circle is now 300. When I forgot to mention, what the playlist that is playing right now is a brand new playlist that I'm kind of just finding songs for. And the playlist is called Final Fantasy Thunder and Lightning. It's all based, it's a tribute, actually, to my character, Thunder and Lightning. It's just a bunch of songs that sing about thunder or lightning. So if you have any suggestions for that playlist, or any other playlist to be that blunt, go to my Discord and go to the channel music suggestion. Throw anything that you want in there, I will review it and check it out, and if I like it, I'll add it and let you know. Basically, just go ahead and you do !Discord for the link if you're not already part of the community. Feel free to be a part of it. I'm still a small streamer, therefore my community is very, very small. Feel free to post anything, and since it's really small right now, I do my very best to check all notifications. Alright, so Riot Blade, Holy Circle, Goring Blade, I think I got that. Prominence. Prominence is right here. And that is 170. Wow, that went down. Fast Blade is 200. Intervene. Not intervention, intervene. Is 150. Requiescat is 400. Wow, okay, so they bumped that up. Hi. I guess this is going to be the last line for it. 400. Alright, what was Holy Spirit without Requiescat? 270, and that's what I have. Alright, Expansion. 340. It's close. Expansion. A-O-E. Blade of Faith is just by itself. Just by itself for truth. Valier has a dot. Okay. I guess that's the new... Did I do her Holy Circle? 300. Yep. So I guess they really want to, like, have you use Requiescat because it unlocks all of this huge damage. With Holy Spirit and the Blades and Confitor all boosted up. It's like a high recommendation now. But good thing I have it all macroed, so anytime that I'm ready to do Requiescat, it puts it in the cycle. Oh, playlist is over because that was all the songs on Thunder and Lightning. Let's go ahead and let's change this to battle prep. Since I am doing macro updates at the moment. Alright, now where to put Expansion? Since Expansion is 340 AoE, it is my strongest AoE. Probably put in here 340. It just couldn't fit. What if I do... Circle of Scorn? That's still 100. Oh, no. Circle of Scorn is 100. I guess I should check Total Eclipse. Total Eclipse is 100. And I'm guessing Shield Lob is also 100? Yep, all 100. Womp womp. Shield Bash, what is Shield Bash? It's 100 as well. Well, that gives me another line at least. put a comma there. Intervene. Yeah, I already checked intervene. I'll check one more time. Yeah, 150. So this should be the updated list. So Expansion is my strongest, which means that it's going to belong in the single target. Right above Fight or Flight. Above Circle of Scorn, I think. Expansion is 30. Circle of Scorn is 30 seconds. So, yeah. Expiation. And I also gotta put it here in prominence. Oh wow. Super old. Wait dot 1. Wait dot 1. So it goes there. Anywhere where Circle of Scorn is, that is where Expansion's gonna go. Okay. Holy Sheltron. I noticed that that's being something different. Oh, it upgrades Spirits Within to Expansion, so I don't need to do it. Because it's already in there. I think I have Spirits Within with Riot Blade, yeah. There it is. So why don't I go ahead and just single target. So there's Holy Sheltron. There's Circle of Scorn. There's Holy Sheltron again. There's Expansion. Okay, that feels like it needs to change up. Spirits Within. That was 270. And Circle of Scorn was 100. So, yeah. Spirits Within should go higher. Especially now that it is Expansion. Right, Blade, Sheltron, Spirits Within. Let's check. Spirits Within. So if I'm gonna put Spirits Within here... Actually, I should probably put Fight or Flight here in Riot Blade. That way, just in case if I want to do Fight or Flight early, Riot Blade will get that additional boost. Actually, no, don't want to do that. And I'm guessing... Whew. I'm guessing... Holy Sheltron. Yeah, Sheltron turned into Holy Sheltron. And Intervention. Extends the duration of Intervention to 8 seconds. Grants Night Resolve to target, reducing damage taken by 10% for 4 seconds. Also grants Night's Benediction to target, gradually restoring HP over time. Okay. That helps whenever I'm off tank. Grants Night Resolve, which is a reduction in damage taken by 15%. And Benediction grants... It's a regen. Both gauge cost still 50. And that's all I really need to check. Those are the only, like, new things that I got. Nothing new in role abilities. And Divine Veil has a healing effect. And I think I still have that with Clemency. Oh my gosh, look at that old stuff. 8.1. I mean, I'm sure it still works. Huh. Oh wow, I've got some range on that. That's good to know. I think I have... Yeah. So if I need to get right up close... So I don't want to throw spirits within up there. Because I want the fight or flight. Circle of Scorn, I don't mind. It doesn't matter to me. It's a dot. Or should it matter? Circle of Scorn. 30 for 15 seconds. What's Goring Blade? Because I know that's also a dot. That is 65 for 21 seconds. Yeah, so it's like double. So yeah, this is just on there so I could like at least try to have it every 30 seconds for 15 seconds. Damage over time cannot be stacked with Blade of Valor. So, that means that I need to practice my rotation. So, how I usually start is obviously Fast Blade, Riot Blade, and then Roaring Blade, which activates Requisite, and I'll start doing Holy Spirit. I actually need to check to see if Expansion has any range. I do this 4 times, and then I'll do Fast Blade again, which will activate Confitor. Okay, so it looks like after Goring Blade finishes up, and I can put Blade of Valor on. And then I would go through the Sword Oath combo to regain the MP from Holy Spirit. And then I would do Goring Blade again. Okay. I don't think Spirits Within is up and ready. I need to throw that down here. Yeah, it's ready. Where is Fight or Flight? I need to throw that up here too as a check. I want to make for sure that Fight or Flight gets activated. Well, maybe I'll keep it here in Royal Authority. Because I really want it activated for Rage of Halone. Because once Rage of Halone starts... that entire... I think I need to do it a Goring Blade as well, which is why is it so important to have it in Riot Blade. Let's just go ahead and put it in both places. Because it's so important for me to have Fight or Flight activate. And if I do Fight or Flight Goring Blade, I'm going to need another space for Requisite to pop off. Okay. What else do I need to update? Requisite... oh, no, it is a global. So if I want to, I can throw something here. I can also put something, like, right under it as well. Do I want to do Holy Spirit? What's the strongest thing I've got that I can do after that? Blade of Faith, Atonement. Can only be executed while under the effect of Sword Oath. Going Blade is going to activate Requiescat. I don't want to do... I don't want to do Holy Spirit because I might want to do Holy Circle instead. I feel like I can't really do much. Oh, I know what I can throw in there. Circle of Scorn. Just throw that everywhere. I'll back off so I'm not giving splashing. Then other bonuses that Requiescat does. It increases the opacity of Holy Spirit and Holy Circle, and spells will require no cast time. Additional effect grants Blade of Faith ready when Requiescat ends. Computer changes to Blade of Faith while under the effect of Blade of Faith ready. Okay. Sometimes you gotta hunt for the answer you're looking for, and then you just figure it out on your own. I think that'll work fine. Wait, got one. I can have my line back. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, yeah, this should be just fine. So usually how I start the battle, auto shield, lob, intervention, fast blade, boring blade. Not going to activate Expansion because I'm far away. But if I'm close, it will. And then one more for Confitor. Then it'll go into the blades. And then I'll go into Royal Authority, so I can do Sword Oath. And then Blade of Valor is over, so I can do Goring Blade again. Requiescat is ready, so that's why I did Goring Blade again. And then the blades. Goring Blade is almost over, and then pop. There goes Blade of Valor. And I go through the rotation again. Do Royal Authority. Sword Oath. And here goes the combo, and then Blade of Valor is done, so put Goring Blade back up. And go through the rotation again. Royal Authority, Sword Oath. Goring Blade is done. Requisite is up, so Goring Blade. Holy Spirit. Four times. Then Confitor. Then the Blades. At least Paladin is more fun with their rotations. Okay, so that is single target start. Yeah, it's just an AoE around me, so... just wait for... Intervene to get up. So once again, this is how I start. Auto shield lob. Pushes me in. Then I go into this. Huh. Try that again. Requisite should be activating. Why isn't it? Sheltron. Prominence. Requisite. Expansion. Circle Scorn. Sheltron. Why is it not activating? Do I not have enough skill speed to do it? Hydrate time. Because I'm definitely close enough. And if I just hit Requisite, it will activate. Because if I walk away from it, you see that X. That means I'm too far away to activate it. So, what is wrong? Do I have it spelled wrong? I don't have it spelled wrong. The sound effects that I'm hearing is that it's not registering weight.1. Try that. Execute. No? Are you gonna be a bully and actually request the weight 1 line? Execute. Yeah, that worked. That's not fair. Alright, I'm just gonna wait for it to rotate around again. Because I do want to do Holy Circle here, because it's an AoE, and I'm doing my AoE rotation, so it's obviously part of it. Oh darn it, and I also want to possibly add Fight or Flight to here. Why do I have Confitor there? Oh, it's because I'm ending the Holy Circle Requisite combo. That's why that's there. Alright. I'm gonna check this again. So what if I do wait dot 2? Execute. It went into Expansion. Because Holy Circle is part of the, what is that called? Global. Yeah, that's global cooldown. Holy Circle is global cooldown. Expansion is off cooldown. That's the correct terminology. That's so weird. Oh, wait a second. Sheltron is spelled with one L. That's why. It was registering something that doesn't exist, and it was, like, completely screwing that entire line. Alright. Execute. There we go. Now it works. And the reason why it went with Expansion instead of Holy Circle, I believe... when Prominence activates, it's 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So, it waits a second here, does Requisite, and then waits another second, and there's still 0.42 seconds left, so it can't do Holy Circle just yet, so it went down to Expansion. That makes sense. Oh, look at that. Requisite and Blade of Faith ready is the exact same duration and recast. So you never overlap it. Whoop. Never overlap it. Okay. Got that checked out. Awesome. Let's try this again. So, auto shield. Total Eclipse. Prominence, Requisite, Expansion, Holy Circle, Holy Circle, Holy Circle, Holy Circle, and then Total Eclipse will activate Convitor, which then will activate the Blades, which they are in AoE, so like this is really nice. And then that's pretty much it. If I just want to go through that rotation once, that will definitely establish hate. And I think the rule is that I've made up in my head. The AoE potency is worth it if there are 3 or more enemies that I am attacking. Once it goes down to 2 enemies, switch to single target. And I'll be able to do that. I'll be able to do that as soon as the blades are ready to start their rotation. So I don't have to hit Total Eclipse the entire time. I can even, like, start with Confitor. So, there is another streamer friend of mine that is just about to start. So I'm gonna give him a shout out. It is... the Light OSS. He is also a Final Fantasy XIV streamer, but he also plays this other game that is a Japanese RPG. Let's see what he said. They were last playing Final Fantasy XIV. He's also a VTuber. And his avatar looks amazing, and he's got a bunch of different things that are really cool that you can do to his avatar. So feel free to check him out. Wait. Why is it doing that? Why is it going to mine? It shouldn't be doing that. Stream Element, what are you doing? It's my fault. I'm the one that made it. Okay, I don't know if this is going to actually work out. I'm going to give it a try. Nope, it didn't like that at all. Do. Save. Try this one more time. Yeah, so now it'll go directly how I spelled it. And I'm sure I spelled it correctly because it's on my watch here. But yes, feel free to check him out and follow him. Okay. So now that my rotations are figured out and my new abilities are in there, that is everything for Paladin. Now, I think I've already checked out Gunbreaker. So let's go ahead and check again. Alright, we've got Hypervelocity, which can only be executed when ready to blast. So it's part of... It's part of one of the... Oh, it's the Blasting Zone rotation. Pretty sure. Alright, I got Blasting Zone right there. No, that wasn't it. How do you get ready to blast? Gnashing Fang, ready to rip. Ready to tear. Ready to gouge. Ready to rip. You can only use it whenever it's ready to rip. Grant's ready to gouge. Ready. Oh, I gouge. So no, it's not that. Is it Burst Strike? Yeah, ready to blast. Oh, I need some charges. So, Burst Strike. Oh, and Hypervelocity is continuation. Yeah, there it is. Alright, I really don't need those up per se, because I have it down here, and those are my eye checks. And I remember doing double down when I unlocked it. Part of Conundrum is an upgrade of Brutal Shell, I believe. Yeah. So that's already up and ready to go. And that's, yeah. Gunbreaker looks like it's good to go. Pretty sure. Let me double check. Because I think Double Down is like the most powerful I have as Gunbreaker. Here's Gunbreaker. Yeah. Execute. Alright, so Double Down is 1200. Double Down. And that is an AoE. Plus AoE. Part of Conundrum. Blasting Zone is 700. So they took that down. Hypervelocity is 180. Is Admin tier? Nope, that's 240. I almost want to, like, work my way up. Because everything seems to be going down. Alright, Demon Slice is 100. Keen Edge. 170. Bow Shock. 150. $150 plus a 60 potency DOT. Then I've got Rough Divide, which is my close-in. Here it is. That is also 150. So I almost want to do it like this. Keen Edge. 170. Just because I don't have room. 60 dot. And the close-in. Okay. Demon Slaughter. Demon Slaughter is right here. And it is 160. And I think Demon Slaughter is my AoE. Yep, AoE. I'll just put Keen Edge up here. Oh, spelled that wrong. Jugular. Demon Slice, potency 100. Brutal Shell is 260. Demon Slice, Royal Guard, Lightning Shot is 150. Range. Danger Zone, 250. And it used to be 350. Now it's 250. Womp womp. Solid barrel is 340. There you are. 340. Burst is 380. Wow, they really knocked that down. Every time I cough. Okay, Burst Strike. After Burst Strike is... Demon Slaughter at 160. Got that one already. Sonic Break. 300 with a dot. It's no longer a 90 dot, it is a 60 dot. Rough Divide, I already grabbed that one. Gnashing Fang is 380. Bow Shock is 150 with 60. Yep, grab that one. Heart of Light, Heart of Stone, Continuation. Faded Circle is 290. Bloodfist Blasting Zone is 700. Grab that one already. Double Down, 1200. Grab that one already. Savage Claw is 460. I got knocked down pretty good, too. Wicked Talon is 540. Woof! Took it down... what, 110? In potency? Jugular Rip, 200. And I got room to put this. See. 200. I forget where Jugular Rip is in the rotation. Maybe it's the last one, because it says level 70 here. Abdomen Tier... oh, that's continuation. Right? Yeah, that's the continuation ability. Abdomen Tier 240. Eye Gouge 280. Is Sonic Break... nope, 300. I'll put it right here. 280. And then hypervelocity is 180. Hypervelocity 180. Okay, so still the Gunbreaker's Gnashing Fang continuation combo is still very important, but you want to put double down just about everywhere. So, did I put it here? Double down. No, I didn't put you here. Well, you're going here. I'll put you right here. AC. Double down. Actually, I don't want it to accidentally kickstart the Gnashing Fang rotation. Oh, maybe I'll put double down here? Because No Mercy will definitely I want to go off, and I want it to go with the Gnashing Fang rotation. Yeah, if Burst Strike happens, continuation will happen. I guess I want to put it right here. Yeah, I don't have it in Brutal Shell. That should be fine. And then Demon Slaughter, yeah, double down is definitely right there. And there. That's where I want it to be. Ooh. I think I need to put target enemy in here. First strike. I'll put double down after Burst Strike here. I know it's not as much, but I've got continuation down there, and if I'm gonna... I'll just do it like I did the other one, which was basically another Wait 1 continuation. I do have a question, though. If I do First Strike, and I do double down, will I still get continuation? First Strike. Double down. No, I will not. Continuation has to be next in line or it cancels. AC double down here, since it's the stronger of the two, and then it will look to see if it wants to do Burst Strike, and then if it does there, wait 1 continuation. That'll be a lot of damage real quick, if it decides to do that. I think also I should put Bloodfest down here, because I really want those things to just pop off. And with Double Down being, you know, 2 cartridge cost, I won't be able to use it that often. Which I think I need to check. Solid Barrel. Yeah, because I've got Burst Strike here. Let me execute this so I can read it to the side here in my chat log. Solid Barrel. So, Double Down versus Burst Strike. Obviously, Double Down is the biggest. Burst Strike is 380. So, it's like almost triple. And then the continuation of Hypervelocity is... Where are you? No, 180. So it's almost like 180 plus 380 is 560. But then Wicked Talon... Where is Wicked Talon? Wicked Talon does Ready to Gouge. 540 plus 280 is 5, 6, 7, 8, 20. So it just gets bigger and bigger. I mean, like, that's a one-off. Let's just see how it works. Alright, go ahead and start. I think it... Yeah, I've got auto ranged, and it'll bring me in. Yeah, that'll work. Because Double Down will be a while. Just waiting for Bloodfest to come back around. Now wait a second for a Gnashing Fang combo. feel like it's nice and smooth. I think it'll work out. Especially as long as I keep doing... I get Bloodfest out there. The question is do I want to do First Strike in between as I wait for Double Down? I almost feel like I want to put Double Down in here as well. I don't know why I have that in there. Oh, I have it in there just in case I decide to switch and I press the button. Instead of it sub-targeting, it'll actually target. Okay. It looks like I only have room for one Double Down. So... where is the important place to put Double Down? I don't know if it's right here. I'm just writing it out for now to know. Yeah, maybe I do, because Bloodfest is right down there. So I want to activate it, like, super quickly. And then, after it does Double Down, it'll look and see if Gnashing Fang will be available, and if it is, it'll go through that rotation, and that's a lot of damage. I think it'll be fine right there. Alright, that's Gunbreaker. Go ahead and check the next enemy. Or the next job. Which is going to be White Mage. Alright, what do we have here? Liturgy of the Bell. It's a brand new ability. Ooh, and it is tiny. Look at that thing. Liturgy of the Bell places a healing blossom at the designated location and grants 5 stacks of Liturgy of the Bell to self. Triggers... okay. Taking damage will expend 1 stack of Liturgy of the Bell to heal self and all party members within a radius of 20 yalms, and that's a 400 potency. This effect of this action can only be triggered once per second. Any remaining stacks of Liturgy of the Bell will trigger an additional healing effect when time expires, or upon executing this action a second time. How can you do this twice? It's a 180... it's a 180 recast time. Whatever. 200 potency for every remaining stack. So it's a nice big boost. Okay, question is, can I activate it while it's still in duration? Because if it does, I need to figure out exactly how to handle it, like I do Astrologian's ability. Because you can set that off early and have a weaker effect. I don't want to do that. If I just want it there just to... just to be like a shield. How powerful is Liturgy of the Bell? I should probably do this first. Okay, so Liturgy of the Bell. 400 potency. One stack. And if there's any remaining stacks, which it does 5 of them, it'll do 1,000. $1,000. Liturgy. Full stack expire. Okay, there's that. Aqua Veil reduces damage taken by party members or self by 15%. So that's going to be part of this DPS thing that I made. Mage defense. So I'm going to throw it here. Aqua Veil. And it's just for me, right? Party member or self. Okay. So it's like Divine Benison. Where's Divine Benison? Here you are. Divine Benison creates barrier around self or target party member that absorbs damage equivalent to a heal of 500 potency. It's a 60-second. Divine Benison is 30. So Aqua Veil will be more important. 15%. And just a 500 potency. I don't know which one would be better to do first, but I feel like this is where Aqua Veil... Either Aqua Veil will go here, or Divine Benison will stay here, and Cure 2 will have... It's a weight one, yeah. Put it here. I never get Asylum to work the way that I want to, I think. Oh, and I don't have Asylum down here. Asylum. I don't think I ever use Cure 3, like, at all. But I have it nearby, just in case. Let's see, Liturgy of the Bell, probably go in my Mega Heal. But it's probably going to get messed up with Asylum. So I guess instead of Asylum, it'll be Liturgy of the Bell. And I think so it doesn't get affected by target LT. I need to put it down there. Oh, and I already put Aqua Veil right there. Holy 3. I mean, that's obvious. Doesn't really matter. It's like the only damage that white mages have. So I don't really need to pay attention. But let's take a look and make sure that the rest of this is still accurate. So, Afflatus Solus. It is 800. Tetragrammaton is 700. And Cure 2 is 800. Afflatus Solus. Grammaton. I'll keep it there just because Tetra is an instant, Cure 2 is a cast. Here. Execute. Okay, Cure 3. 600. Well, that went up a bit. Divine Benison Barrier, still 500. Regular Cure is 500. So that boosted a little. Alright, I already got Liturgy, so what about a size? A size is 400. So, yep, that's still the same. That's all there is there. Afflatus Rapture. There you are. You are 400 and you're an AoE. So you got bumped up. Huh. How about that? So, Afflatus Rapture and Assize are both AoEs, but... and they have the same potency, but Assize has a... MP region, which makes Assize better than Afflatus Rapture. It does give me a Lily, which helps me with Afflatus Misery, but that's just something that I will do with time. Like, I've put in, like, here, Afflatus Solus, if it's available, better than Cure. Same with here, Afflatus Solus, better than Tetragrammaton, and Cure 2, so I will be getting my lilies. Let's see, Medica is 400. Wow. Bumped all that up. Cool. Looks like I didn't put Medica 2 in here, which is 250. Medica 2 AoE plus region. Hey, Hollow! How's it going? Check it out. I'm figuring out my macros for White Mage right now, so you bet you probably are going to enjoy this very much. I am currently just checking the potency of everything since I haven't updated these in a while. Just so I can figure out which cures are the strongest, which ones I need to focus on, and what is going to be priority in the macros. Right now I just got Medica 2 in there. I'm going to check Plenary Indulgence, which is right here, level 70. It has a potency of 200. Yep, that's correct. Oh, and there's Medica 2 right there. Medica 2 got a boost, right? Yeah, 250 boost. Oh, I called it Regenga. Regenga. And what was the potency of that? It was a 150. So, 150 plus 250 is 400. And Medica is 400. Wow, so they are basically the same once the first region dot goes off. So, in truth, Medica 2 is better in the long run because of the Regenga duration. I often feel like macros are beyond me. It's basically coding. It's scripting. So if you know how to do Python or Mel or CSS or any other kind of web coding, even math formulas, it's kind of all of the same language. Like, you tell me, do you feel comfortable having, like, Cure, and then, like, Divine Benison, maybe, separate? Or do you want a macro to do both with just a click of one button? Art and math. Oh. You're good at art, but bad at math. Okay, see, my brain's a little bit different. I'm ++ on art and math. Feel free to, like, just ask me questions. Like, if you want to learn how to make them, I can sit here and teach you a specific macro that you want to make, do it for you, and then you just basically just copy-paste what I did. Otherwise, you can just sit here and watch me, like, how my brain thinks, and I'll try to vocalize as best I can to explain what I'm doing here. So right now, this is all just research. So, where was I? I did put Medica in there. Plenary Indulgence, which is 200. I got that, which now is Regen. What potency is Regen? Regen is 250. Oh, it got a little bit of a boost. Echo, 250. If you don't know what Echo is basically just a way to put this information in your chat log. And only you can see it. You also just gotta make for sure that in your filters that you put... you have this active. If you don't have it, then this echo, you won't get to see it. Oop, not 205, 250. Oh, look at that. 250 is already up there. I'll just delete all this and put it up there. And then you also got to keep in mind, Afflatus Solus, and all the Afflatus spells create lilies, and all of those lilies help with casting Afflatus Misery, which is a 1240 damage AoE. At least for the first enemy. 50% for the rest, which is like 620. While my holy is 150. Wow, that's weak. I'm pretty sure. Woo! Look at all those weight ones down there. Needs to be in brackets. Just so I can save a line. Weight dot 1. There we go. Afflatus Misery, Holy. Ooh, yes. I also need to put this Liturgy of the Bell. I wonder if I am able to place it right where the enemy is. Liturgy of the Bell. Target. It does work. Awesome. Okay, so I can go ahead and put that in my holy macro. AC. Liturgy of the Bell. Target. And I got Aqua Veil in there, so I'm gonna go ahead and check. Wait. Does Divine Benison have Barrier? Has a stack now? Where is that? Divine Benison, Divine Benison. Here you are. Where's my room? There we go. Oh, there is. There are stacks. Well, it's a good thing that I don't use it that often. What do I have on Regen? One. Okay. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hollow. There is a very, very good macro that I have for healers that's going to help you out so much. This is a macro that you need, and it's right here. And the best part about it is this. Focus target T, focus target TT. I wish I had someone to target to help me with this. Here's basically what happens. I leave my target on the tank. So that way, anytime that I need to cast Cure or anything on the tank as an emergency, I don't have to switch between, like, targeting the enemy to do damage stuff and then switching back to the tank. No, I keep my target on the tank. Because I keep the target on the tank, I can't see what the enemy is doing except on the enemy list, which is like super small for me. So I use focus target instead. And so what happens in this macro first is if I'm doing a sub-target, this is where target T comes in. It will target the sub-target, so it no longer becomes a sub. And then it'll go into focus target. And whatever you're targeting, which will be at the tank at the moment, will bring up focus target for like a quick millisecond. And then it'll go to the next line, we'll do focus target TT. Now what TT means is target's target. So since I'm targeting the tank, and the tank is targeting the enemy. Focus target will target the enemy. And thanks to that, I'll be able to get a good eye glimpse of the enemy's HP and any casting that the enemy might be doing at the time that I need to, like, react to and try to evade. Or, you know, cast some kind of barrier before the casting ends. It's a really helpful tool to keep an eye on the enemy while you have a direct eye on the tank. Going back to me always targeting the tank, another important macro that you should always have is your damaging spells could also be macros. So, for example, let's talk about Stone Spell. It is, oh my gosh, it is super helpful, Hollow. You've got to write these down. Alright, so here's Stone. So it goes through the abilities again, and just does Focus Target TT, and Focus Target LE. So you already know what TT means. LE means Last Enemy. So just in case Focus Target TT... You were trying to write the other one down? Okay, I will go back to that one, and go ahead, just write this down. And definitely practice this off of someone before you go into a dungeon. That way you can at least get used to it, get the feeling of it. And let me know if you have any questions. And then once you're done, let me know, and then I'll talk about Stone. I can't tell what the first word is. The first word here is M icon. It's short for macro icon. M-I-C-O-N. I'll probably go ahead and bump this up for you. 160, 180, 200. That's as big as I can make it for you. So, macro icon, basically, all it does is just creates this icon here. And it'll give you the macro, or it'll give you the ability information. Like, here's where region is on my controller. So you can see the M icon right there is region. It tells me how much region costs. And then that little icon in the top right corner just lets you know that it's a macro. That's all that macro icon does. Which, again, another useful thing. Because if I didn't have it, it would just... Your macro would just look like that. It would just have this big old M there. And that doesn't tell you anything other than just its name whenever you hover over it. M icon... region. And always make sure that how you name things in the macro they're case sensitive. So don't put lowercase r region, you have to do capital R region. Okay, you haven't really done anything with macros. That's okay. You at least know how to get to the macro menu, yes? I believe it's in System, and you go to User Macros. And then it'll pop up this menu here. And then you've got two different tabs here. You've got individual and you've got shared. The only difference between these two is individual is for just this character. As you know, I play multiple characters. So anything that here is in the shared tab is shared among all your characters, no matter where they are in the world. Even if they're on different data centers, they will still be able to access the shared menu macros. And there's 100 slots in each one. So if you only play one character, you've got 200 spaces to create macros. And as you can see, I make a lot. So it's linked to the account. Yes, it is linked to your actual Square Enix account. Oops. Almost forgot to put a 1 there. That's very important for this bracket. These are also, like, pretty useful because, like, back in the day, this used to be normal. And they did away with it because it was taking up too many lines. You only had 15 lines to create your macro. So to ease up on how much space can be used up, they made weight into a bracket. Super nice. Alright, stone. No, that's arrow. Here's stone. Alright. Once again, you do your M icon and put in stone. My macro icon is a little different because I'm higher up in level, so it's no longer stone, it's glare. And that's an upgrade that you're going to get later. One of the secrets of macros is it doesn't matter how you name... Well, it matters a little bit, but try to name it like the very first ability that you get, which for white mages, it's stone. It will work for stone 2, it'll work for stone 3, stone 4, and glare whenever you get up that high. And it will upgrade and progress as you level up. And then next is the focus target TT and focus target LE. Like I said before, TT is target's target. And because I keep my target on the tank, it's going to focus target the enemy. But if you focus target twice on the same target, it dismisses focus target. So that's why you need 2 at all times. So, because the target is the enemy, and it's probably going to dismiss itself on this first line here, that's why I put focus target LE. And LE stands for last enemy. It will target the last enemy you targeted. Which should be the tank's target. Next, in my stone macro, is Afflatus Misery. And this is something with, your bells, your flower icon right over here. It'll create petals, and whenever you use them all up, you'll have like a little red rose down here. And that is when you're allowed to use Afflatus Misery. It is a super powerful damage instant cast. Right here. Deals unexpected damage to target and all enemies nearby it with a potency of 1240 for the first enemy, and 50% less for all remaining enemies. Can only be executed when the Blood Lily is in full bloom. Now, I have it here 3 times for certain reasons. The first one here, the target is F, and F stands for focus target. So as long as this works properly, this will go off. If it doesn't go off, then it will search for what you're actually targeting. And if you're... Alexa, stop. Alexa is just telling me it's time for a break. I'm not sure about it. Okay. Okay, Lexi. Back to what I was saying. If you're targeting the tank, this will not activate. It will skip, and it'll check the next line, which is TT. So if you don't have a focused target up, but you're still targeting the tank, then it will try to activate Afflatus Misery on the tank's target, which should be the active enemy on right now. And that's all exactly the same for Stone as well. I just change Afflatus Misery to Stone, and it goes through all these checks. And that's pretty much it. You can do the exact same thing with Arrow as well. You can notice as I flip between the two, they're like almost exactly the same, except one's for Stone and one's for Arrow. Holy is a little bit different. Holy is like me just spamming Holy because I want to stun all the time. And while I'm trying to do Holy, it's activating all of these like instant cast bubbles and regions and healing stuff. And if Afflatus Misery is up, it'll try to do that as well. Or try to reduce the amount of MP that I'm using because I'm spamming Holy. Macros are an order of operations kind of thing. It'll always check the first line and see if it can try to activate it. If it can't activate it, then it'll check the next line. And it'll do it in milliseconds. That explains why I kept hearing the "you can't do that" button prompt all the time. Yeah, on my stream. Yeah, I need to find a way to actually turn that off. I know there's a way. But I think it's gonna cost me a line in my macros. Oh. Character. Filters. Target. Disable targeting a pet, space target, enable, ignore, enemies, general. Display pop-up help, display active help, display... I don't know, it's around here somewhere. I will deep dive into it a little bit more because, yes, I can definitely tell, like, that is very annoying. I'll make it stop one day. I mean, that's pretty much the basics of macros. I don't want to, like, throw too much into it. If you want to know how I set up my cure spells, I can stop and you can just, like, copy-paste this if you like. I've got my Medicas, both 1 and 2. Oh! A very important macro that you should also make is Swiftcast Raise. So I'm gonna do a little bit of editing here. I highly recommend copying this one down as well. I'm putting weight.2 right here because depending on your spell speed or your skill speed, I think it's your skill speed. White mages don't have skill speed. You may not be able to activate these abilities right at 1 second later. So it's important to do 2 seconds later, just to make for sure that after you do your swift cast, Raise goes off next. So once again, macro icon, Raise, gives you the information and the actual image of raise. And then, if you're doing a sub-target, this macro requires you to actually target what you're about to raise, not sub-target. Then it will go through the check of swift cast, if it's available. And I highly, highly recommend putting swift cast somewhere on your HUD. You can have it on the side like I do here, or you can put it right below. If you use controller, put it right down here. Because I basically eyeball somewhere on the screen my cooldowns and figure out if they're ready to go. And if you're raising a lot and you need to swift cast, you always want to check to make for sure that swift cast is ready and available. If it isn't, you don't want to waste your time with that huge cast duration that raise has. You don't want to get stuck. So that's why target T is there, because it'll go and check into swift cast, and then it will raise whatever I'm trying to target. If I don't have swift cast, but I really, really need to raise the person, I will do surecast. So what is the icons next to raise on the I got you line? That is a translator. In order to do this translation, you go ahead and you can spell raise, or you can start spelling raise, and then you hit tab. And then tab goes through this, basically like, drop-down menu to check what you're actually trying to say. And then once you've chosen what you want to say, you just hit enter, and there are your brackets. And that will translate whatever is in those brackets to whatever the players have it set to. So if someone is set to Japanese or French or European, those will basically say raise in their language. Yeah, it's really nice. I remember back in the day in Final Fantasy XI that they would do stuff like this, so this got ported over from Final Fantasy XI. And it's really helpful because back in the day, sometimes you would play with Japanese players, and you would have a really hard time because some of them didn't know English, or you didn't know how to read Japanese characters. I don't know what they're called exactly. And this was a way that you were able to communicate with them. There's other like phrases that you can do. Please assist, please check it, please deactivate, please don't abbreviate your words, please follow, please forgive me. It's a nice way to communicate. You can use that in your chat log. All you have to do is start typing something out and hit tab. Or you can just hit tab in your chat log, and then it'll bring a drop-down menu of like, okay, what do you want in brackets? Do you want something in languages? Do you want a greeting? Questions, answers? I want to trade. It's super, super useful whenever you've got friends that don't speak the same language. Escape. Alright, so surecast, if you don't know what surecast does, is spells can be cast without interruption. So as long as you stay put, and there is an attack coming your way, most times, well, sometimes, the AoE, or you're getting hit, or some kind of damage ability will interrupt your casting. If you don't have swift cast, it's going to check for surecast. And it'll have you go through that long, drawn-out period of casting it hard cast through that duration. Surecast helps you stay in one spot, make sure that nothing interrupts the casting. Even drawn effects or knockback effects that make you move Surecast will take care of that. And I think... Oh yeah, it's 120-second recast, so it's just as long... Oh, it's not as long as Swiftcast, but I mean... It's there if you really need to raise someone up and you want to hardcast them. Thin Air is a White Mage ability that it'll check next. And Thin Air basically is just next action is executed without MP cost. And if you know anything about raise, I mean, look at the MP on all of these Conjuring? I forget the initial... what white mages are called. Conjurers. Look at the casting of Raise versus all the other spells. 200... or 2,400. So Thin Air just basically says, here, have a free Raise. Let's see here. It's one of those fire, and remember you can't use it again. I speak so quickly, I don't know exactly what you were talking about. One of those fire, and remember you can't use it again. Anyway. So it's going to do all of this in milliseconds. Check to see which one is available first. And then, you know, Raise will always be available. And then it'll just go through the hard cast without Surecast or anything else. And then it'll wait 2 seconds. The macro will wait 2 seconds. Some spells are Fire and Forget, and others are Fire and Lament the fact that you can't cast it again for a long time. That's what... Oh, okay. I guess whenever you say fire, it's like instant. Instant and forget. Or activate and wait for the long period of casting it. I gotcha. So anyway, so after it does all these checks, it'll wait 2 seconds, and then it will start trying to cast Raise with whatever is activated, Swiftcast, Surecast, or Thin Air. And at the same time, as you're casting Raise, I have my party chat that basically lets everyone know, hey, I am raising this person. And then, just in case you were targeting something else, it'll go back to your last target. So, like, since I always want to keep my target on the tank, and I'm using this ability to target the healer, maybe? Target LT stands for last target. So after it starts raising and does its party chat, it'll, like, millisecond later, go right back to what you were targeting last, which will probably be the tank. And then, if you do have Swiftcast, it'll instant-cast Raise here, then it'll wait 1 second, and then it'll activate Lucid Dreaming. Which, I highly recommend that you do that, because, as we all know, Lucid Dreaming is your MP region. And Raise is a lot of MP, so you want to, like, bring back that MP as quickly as you can, no matter where you are in your level. So there you go. That is the Raise macro. Lucid Dreaming is everything in a prolonged fight. Yes. I even, like... I have that on everything. Even Black Mage. Even though I can, like, use Blizzard to get all that MP back. I mean... sometimes I accidentally get 0 MP. And in my macro, I have Lucid Dreaming in there to basically say, like, you messed up. Please wait. Restarting. Rebooting. I mean, that's pretty much it of the, like, the really important macros. If you want to learn I'll just keep them on here. If you want to learn any of my other White Mage macros, they're all right here. Cure 2, my Mega Heal, which has Benediction and a bunch of other instant cast heals. Medica, Medica 2, Regen, Arrow, Stone, Holy, and Raise. That's it. That's it for White Mage. What I can do is, like, go into checks right now. Which, all I'm gonna do is just check... All I'm gonna do is just check my latest abilities that I got from level 80 to 90, which is only Aqua Veil and Liturgy of the Bell. Oh, Liturgy of the Bell. I need to figure out where I want to put that. Liturgy of the Bell is kind of like Asylum, but it's like an upgraded bubble. And if the White Mage gets hit, then it bursts one of those sacks into a heal for 400 potency. And it'll keep doing that until all the stacks are gone, or the duration of the stacks expire, which there's only 15 seconds. And at the end, if there's any stacks left, it will go ahead and use all the stacks and burst heal. So it's... I want to put it where I usually put Asylum. And since it's like a much more powerful than Asylum, I want to put it... I think I want to put it here. Liturgy of the Bell. Something special that you can do in macros as well is you do not have to put in brackets a target of some sort. Certain ones that have rings, like Asylum and Liturgy of the Bell do, you don't have to put a target in. So I've tried the stone macro on an enemy nearby, obviously without tank, and got some red text as an error. Is that normal? Hey Kompin-chan! Thanks for lurking! Okay, Hollow. Did the macro actually... cast stone? Did it cast stone? It did cast down. Okay, then that's completely normal. Basically, those error message is basically saying like, oh, I'm sorry, this line doesn't work. I'm gonna check the next one. Oh, sorry, this line doesn't work. I'm gonna check the next one. That's all that error does. So, it should be fine. So, Hollow, since you are online right now, do you want to, like, come hang out with me as I figure out all these macros? I can definitely help you with making sure, and I can be, like, your player target, your player dummy, if you need someone else to knock on. I am currently at Jaeger's venue right now, and here's the address. Just do !! stratagems. There's the address. Aether, Gilgamesh, Goblet, 2441. Of course, I think if anyone's watching me on YouTube right now, obviously that ain't gonna work. I'm on Goblin though, so I'd have to switch servers. It's up to you. I'm not forcing you to come over. I'm just asking if you want to. And I'll definitely, like, help you out if you like. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and test out my region macro that now has Liturgy of the Bell. I'm gonna target myself because it needs a target. Region? Aha! So, you see this, like, really, really small, circle? That's the Liturgy of the Bell circle. For, like, a quick second. Oh, okay. For a quick second, there was the even bigger circle, which was this one, and it was only on there for like a millisecond. That's because the macro is going through its checks, and it's like, can I activate Asylum? Yes, I can. Okay, here you go, and here's your circle. And then millisecond later, it's like, oh, but Liturgy of the Bell is also available to be casted, so here's the small one. But now I have to remember that if I activate this region macro, and I have Liturgy of the Bell activated, you think you're good. Those macros, especially with the Swift Raise one. Cool. I, as a player, has to keep an eye on when I decide to do Liturgy of the Bell. And I need to do it very particularly. Like, I can't have too many macros actually have it. Like here, Liturgy of the Bell on my Mega Hero. I don't use Liturgy of the Bell that often, or I don't use my Mega Heal that often. So that'll be my next test, to make sure that Liturgy of the Bell actually activates properly here. And that's the only other place that I have Liturgy of the Bell. How? What's the recast time on Asylum? 90 seconds. Okay. That will happen a lot. I've panicked in the past with trying to raise someone in combat. Okay. And here's the thing about my macros. They can also be, panic acceptable as well, so to speak. Because of this wait 2. If you, like... If all you do is just smash that macro button over and over again, there's going to be a little bit of a delay as it goes through its millisecond checks. But if you just slow down just a little bit, it will go through Swift Cast, it'll wait the 2 seconds, but if you press that button again before the 2 seconds are up, it will go through your next checks of Surecast, Thin Air, and then finally, Raise. If you want to, just pop everything off. But it's kind of important for macros to just to chill a little bit. The macro will work itself out. Even with a little bit of lag, that wait 2 also helps with a little bit of the lag delay. If you need more, all you have to do is go just right back into the macro and do wait 3. Or wait 4, however long you think that you need, so the macro will activate. For me, I've got a super fast computer now, so I don't have to worry about game lag all that much. Wait 2 is just enough for me. Wait 1 is not enough. You can put as much as, I think, 60 seconds, so 60, in your wait, and your macro will work just fine. Any larger than that, wait 2 will, like, this doesn't exist, so I'm not going to register as part of the macro anymore, and then it'll skip it, and it'll basically check raise, like, in this macro, it'll check raise twice, instead of waiting 2 seconds to check the second raise. Whew. Lots of talk. Having fun, though. And I'd love to educate. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and check my Mega Heal. So what should happen... Mega Heal. So what's gonna happen is... Yeah, I'll even test it with the sub-target. It will do Benediction, because it's up and ready, and then it'll skip everything here, because it's going to move through... It'll give a little bit of, like, what's the word? It will go through the action of activating Benediction, and that is like a half a second that you can't do anything else. So all these checks are going to error out and get skipped. Then wait 1 second will activate, and I think because I'm targeting myself, Aqua Veil should pop up next. And then I'm hoping after Aqua Veil is done, then Liturgy of the Bells circle should show up. So I'll go ahead and target this dummy. I'm going to sub-target myself, and then I'm going to activate Mega Heal. So target me, Benediction, Aqua Veil, Liturgy of the Bell. Yep, and it even targeted the enemy again, because that was my last target, and I have the circle. But it didn't activate Aqua Veil. Did it? Yeah, no, it didn't activate Aqua Veil. Gonna try this again. So it should do Tetragrammaton next. Oh, there's Aqua Veil. Okay, so sometimes in the macros, that millisecond check for that one line, or even it probably was Benediction itself, it had a longer freeze time of activating other abilities. So sometimes it's either because the amount of milliseconds it takes to get to this point, Benediction, the ability beforehand is still in like that lull period. So it skipped over this and everything else. Let's try again. Target the dummy, sub-target myself. I don't know what's gonna pop up next, but Aqua Veil should activate again. Yep, there's Aqua Veil, and then there's Liturgy of the Bell. And that's what I want happen. Actually, I don't know if I want Aqua Veil happening like that. Hold on, let me read it. Reduce damage taken by party member or self. Okay, yes, no, I do want it. Because the Mega Heal is because their health was super low, and I'm putting the I'm putting this on because I want to protect them for a little bit longer. And I use region here as like... Well, I did. I used to. But I think I switched everything over to cure. So I almost want to put Aqua Veil here. AC Aqua Veil. So they get a better shield than Divine Benison. And I can still cast Cure. If I really wanted to... I can do this. So Aqua Veil will get activated, it'll wait a second, and then it'll try doing Divine Benison, which will be like a double stack of shielding. And if it can't do that... then it'll go into Cure. And because Cure is being casted... Oh, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to Afflatus Solus too many times, because I believe... Well, there's a 2.47 recast. So... if it gets activated here, and then it waits 2 seconds, it shouldn't activate here. So I should be safe to put it here. So, Aqua Veil, then Divine Benison, and then Afflatus Solus. Or, if Aqua Veil isn't available, Divine Benison, Afflatus Solus, Cure. With Asylum always being ready to cast just in case. Let's see here. Aqua Veil is 60 seconds, and Divine Benison is... 30 seconds. So, every 60 seconds, we'll get a double shield. If I do just a simple cure. Cure 2... does have Aqua Veil as well. But this is more of like... I want my instant casts to go off first. And then one shield or a regen to pop off. Or Asylum. I still don't want Liturgy of the Bell on here. Because sometimes I will cure to a bunch. Medica 2, I can put Liturgy of the Bell there. Because what I usually do in just my muscle memory is I will do Medica 2 for just a little bit of a healing boost and the regen, and then I will go into Medica, which is like my more... I put a bunch of healing boosts on these. And Afflatus Rapture before I do Medica. And that's like a super good heal. So either I have the choice of just having just a little bit of a regen, then putting a regen bubble. Or if I don't want to do the regen bubble, I can put another cure down that will get a boost. And sometimes I will do Medica twice. So that's why it's important that I only have Asylum here and not Liturgy of the Bell, because if I double Kuraga, it will activate Liturgy of the Bell whenever I don't want it to. speaking of which, if I do want Liturgy of the Bell to activate earlier than I want it to, I should put it down here. So if I need the burst to happen, I can control it. Oops. And I think that's it for White Mage checks. Time to do Scholar. Ooh, Hollow. Do you want to... do you have tank jobs or jobs with pets? Or do you want to look cool? Do you want to learn some of my job switch macros? Did I get a message? Message of what? Like a mail message? I didn't get a mail message. Did I get a Discord message? I did not get a Discord message. In-game. No, I didn't get a in-game message. Oh, the message bleep thing? Oh, that was because, it's doing some checks in here, I believe, that it can't do. Like, I'm not in a party, so it can't do the party chat. I really need to turn that off. Alright. Let's go ahead and put up, Firefox. And let's figure this out. Google. Alright, got that. Just make it big. Final Fantasy 14. Macro error off. How to fix macro errors. Let's see. Some Final Fantasy XIV users are getting increasingly annoyed by all the error messages that pop up above the character when a macro is used. Affected users are reporting that whenever this error occurs, they get both a visual and audible error, letting them know the action was not possible. After investigating this particular issue, it turns out this particular issue was introduced in patch 2.4 and was meant to provide further clarification on why some macros are partially failing depending on which actions the users have prioritized. However, if you are not happy with how the game handles this, there are a couple of methods that you can follow in order to stop the annoying macro error pop-ups from appearing ever again. Method 1. Turn off error message for failed actions. Method 2. Use the action error off parameter. What is that? If you don't mind being technical, keep in mind that Square Enix has recently included a way to exclude these error messages from popping up when configuring your macros. As of now, you can use the action error off command to effectively prevent the error pop-up from appearing in the middle of the screen when configuring macros. For the best results, you should start with this command when building your macros to ensure that the errors are excluded from appearing in regards to every macro that you configure. Keep in mind this only suppresses the chat lock messages from spamming your chat box. The big red errors in the middle of the screen will still appear regardless if you use action error off command or not. You can only make those stops by following method 1 above. And those are the only two methods. So let's go ahead and talk about turning off error message for failed actions. The class change macros would be cool. Okay, I will show you how to do that after we have fixed this annoying audible problem. Alright, there is a way of making the issue go away without having to run terminal commands that might be intimidating for some users. As it turns out, Square Enix, the developer of Final Fantasy XIV, has implemented a way for players to disable these pop-ups via the settings menu. Some affected users have confirmed that they finally be able to turn off the annoying pop-ups by accessing the settings menu and disabling the display error messages when actions fail, and display recast timer error messages toggles from the log window settings menu. Okay, so the log systems menu is right here. Sort of. If you want to get to it super quick, you go to the chat box area and you can see a little gear tool button that you can press. That's your chat log settings. And that's a quick way to get to the character configuration menu to the log window settings. Once you go there, you can go to log details, I think. Nope, not log details. Is it general? It's got to be general. Log window settings, here at the very, very top. So I have display error message when actions failed activated. I'm going to turn that off. And display recast time error messages. I'm going to turn that off. Hit apply. Now, those annoying audible and visual messages should no longer happen. See, I'm pressing the same thing and it's trying to gear change, but it's not making that error message. Or making that error audio message either, so... There you go, simple fix. Should have done that years ago. I'll go ahead and take off the Firefox window, get back into the game. Alright. Here. Let's go ahead and I will show you the macro for changing into White Mage that I do. So, same thing as always, you do your macro icon. And to get this particular one, you want to set it to the particular gear set that you have for White Mage. To figure out which gear set that you have, you go into the character menu, go to gear set list, and just figure out where it is in the list. And for me, White Mage is gear set number 3. And that's why, here in macro icon, you first put 3, and then gear set. It's just the order of operations of how this works. If you ever have any questions about how to use a particular action, it doesn't have to just be icon. You could be asking about, well, what does /p do? Or what does /gear set do? You can always put /? The command that you're asking about, like gear set. Please don't put it in the actual macro, that will be freaking annoying. Put this in your actual chat box. Once you hit enter, depending on where you have your help log, I have it in my battle chat log. I got two different chat logs here. And let me just get rid of... Yeah, I'll just move it to starting soon real quick, because this will help out. So here you can see I've got 2 chat logs. I've got one right here, which is my battle. And I've got my big one, which is my usual general chat log. And you can create more. Like I have an event chat log, and then I have a chat plus the novice network. And if at any time you want to like separate them like I did here, you just take one of those, not the main one, you take like the second, third, or fourth one, and then you just click and drag. And anytime you want to put it back, well, I hope I can figure out how to put it back. Yeah, you just hover it over your general tab and it'll plop it back into place. It really helps separate whenever you've got like damaging stuff or you've got like auction, market board notifications that you just sold something or experience. Putting those to the side instead of putting it all in actual like the general stuff. It's really helpful. Anyway, get rid of that. Because I'm pretty not sociable, even though I've already changed into the actual job that I'm going to be entering into with, I will click my job macro, or my job switch macro again, just to say hello to everybody. It can be quick and simple. It doesn't have to just be party. You can have alliance in here as well. If you want to say hello to each one, if you're in a alliance party, it will pop up both of them at the exact same time. But this is completely optional if you want to. The next part of the job switch macro is the actual switching to the job. So you start with /gear set, and you do the sub command change. And then you tell which gear set you want it to change to. And once again, since White Mage for me is number 3, I change it to gear set 3. Something else that I do that's a little bit of role-playing, a little bit of fun, is changing my title. And if you don't know what a title is, I'm sure you do. Title are those things that pop up around your name. Like, since right now I am on tank, I am on the title part of the party. Once I change to White Mage, however, see how it changed my title to Keeper of the Lilacs? I have access to that title. And you can check all your titles here in the character menu under Profile. Check your title here, press this button, Acquired Titles, and just look up what title you want to put in your macro. And make sure you type it like exactly how it's spelled, even with the 3 dots. I think. Oh no, you don't have to put the 3 dots in there. You can just put Keeper of the Lilacs, and the game will do the rest. Another optional thing that I do is I put a minion out. You collect all of these minions, and you hardly get to have them out unless you're, like, manually doing it. So my job switch macros do it for me. And since, if you know anything about the White Mage job quest line, you know that they talk a little bit with, well, it's in Gridania, and some of the Mughals are in Gridania. So I decided, out of the collection that I have, the Wind-Up Mughal is a perfect companion for a White Mage. Those are all the optional stuff that happen, like, immediately as soon as you press the macro, and then wait 1. And it's very important because you cannot gear set change and do this emote next. I actually need to take off battle mode. So feel free if you want to do victory pose, or I think it's called battle stance. Here, I'll show you. If you don't have access to these yet, That's okay. It's part of the story. You will eventually get it. Battle stance. So here's battle stance. Basically just telling whoever you've targeted or no target at all that you are ready to battle. While victory pose is the opposite. This is, you know, you finishing a battle and you're all glorifying the victory. Pop that back up. The motion here, this sub-command, basically is just, so it doesn't put the emote in the chat log. So if anyone's paying attention to you and actually sees you moving, that's all it does. It just shows the animation, doesn't show the chat log. And then I'm just gonna get rid of this, but battle mode, I sometimes use this in other macros. I think I use it in Gunbreaker, let's see. Nope, I didn't do it for it. Anyway. Here's battle mode. This is all battle mode does. It's just stance. Turning stance on and off. And some of the reasons why I do that is because it sets... I made my character change to this pose anytime that they're in stance, but they're not in combat. So I'll do that sometimes. I think I did it for Sage. So after it does Cardia... Nope, I didn't do it there either. Or maybe I did. I think I did. Whew! I got a lot here. Yeah, I did. The thing that I hate about battle mode on and the way that I've set up my cross hotbars, because anytime that I go into... I withdraw my weapon, it changes my hotbar from 1 to 2 automatically. It's just a game system change. It's not a macro thing or anything. But because I put in my macro to change back to 1, and then I go into battle... See, what's usually supposed to happen... This is hotbar 1 right now, and I just attacked the dummy. Usually, it's supposed to change to hotbar 2, but because I've forced it to change back to hotbar 1, it creates kind of an error for me. So I have to get rid of this. So now, as soon as I'm done with victory pose, it's gonna turn battle mode on, hopefully. See if it actually works. Oh, oh, I gotta reset this. So I can actually get out of combat and change my jobs. I think whenever he stops, he'll pose. Yeah, there we go. And it's on hotbar 2. Depending on what I really need on hotbar 1, which for White Mage is not really a whole lot. Like, all of these buttons down here are pretty much the same, in the same position. The only thing different is all of these over here, which are a lot of the times just my checks. And... Battle Sprint. Which has Afflatus Misery, so if I really wanted to activate that by myself, I can. Hello, here's a bit of trivia. The Mughals, as we pronounce it, was not how the Japanese initially pronounced them as. They pronounced it more as Mogley. Like how they pronounce the name of the protagonist of the... Oh, like Mowgli. Mowgli, okay. They adopted our pronunciation of it instead, which is neat. Yeah, because we're just dumb Americans, and then what we say is how the world works. But I mean, how would you like to say it? Would you like to say it Mowgli or Moogle? Or is it because we've been calling them Moogles for so long that we just gotten used to just... That's how they're named. That's how they're pronounced. I think... you prefer, like, the actual Moogle? Because it just sounds better? I mean... I'm not going to... yeah. You pretty much tricked me. Because I'm so used to saying Moogle. Yeah, that provides no context. I think, for me, I am so used to just saying Moogle that I would love to keep it that way, but to respect the Japanese, their culture, and this is their game, I feel like we should call them Mowglis. Just because... just for that reason. But... I'm one person, I'm one streamer, and... so many people out there are probably gonna... voice against me. Which is fine, to each their own. But because I'm so established with calling them Moogles, I think I'm stuck. Like for you, Hollow, I haven't learned your character name just yet, which is not great for me. Because as soon as, like, I know you and get introduced by you and you tell me, like, how you want to be called, like, I'm almost stuck like that. And that's gonna be the same for Moogles for me. Or maybe I'll try. You know, just like, with all these other pronunciations for, people who are transitioning, I need to learn to do better. Okay. Paralyzed by pronunciation? Yep. That sounds like me. Stuck in my ways. And if, also with some job change macros that you've noticed, like, I will summon my pets, or I will activate tank stance. Wait. 5. And that helps just, you know, as soon as I change to that job, I don't have to worry about it. The macro will take care of it for me. Look, now I'm Thunder and Lightning, the Fey touched. And I have my Anima minion. Because why not? Have all the pets. Alright, time to check Scholar. And I'm gonna size this down. If you need me to blow it up again, let me know. I will do that. Okay. Scholar. You'll be sure to play with this? Awesome. I am glad to help out, learn, grow, and do... And hopefully these macros help you do a better job. Not only with how you cast things, but to get you to calm down a little bit and let the macros take care of you. Because that's what I do. Alright, Expedient. I work my way down. Actually, I should probably... Shared... Scholar. Should probably check these as I go down the list. So, Expedient. Grants expedients and desperate measures to all nearby party members, which increases movement speed and reduces damage taken by 10%. And the 120-second recast. I don't have many... Hollow, I don't have many classes at high levels, so while macroing would be future-proofing concepts, but I can wait till later. Yeah, and... the way that I've set these macros up, they work with level syncs too. So, doesn't matter if you're future-proofing or you're leveling down, these should still work really well. I don't think you were here whenever I was, like, officially testing out my summoner macros. I think you were here whenever I was actually, like, writing them, but I didn't, like, physically... well, I hate to say physically testing them in a game, because it's not physically testing, it's virtual or digitally testing them. But writing them is digital testing, too. Terminology. I was testing to see if the written macro actually works, and my summoner macros actually work. So now they are future-proofed. They're sync-proofed. Oh, I needed that. But yeah, the macros that I make, I thoroughly test them. And if something doesn't work, I go right back into my training grounds, try again, until they work. Okay, so Expedient, I'm not going to use as a increase speed, unless I put it in Battle Sprint. Which I do still have some space left. Do I still have the pet abilities? Heal and stay. I do have heal and steady. Okay. Then I will keep those on. I'll keep battle mode on. I'll keep the 19 sprint. The battle mode off. Wait 40. I want all that because that is like visual confirmation of whenever steady is down. So I don't see anything else other than heal and steady that Scholar uses. And since I'm increasing movement speed, I'm gonna go ahead and put... Expedient. Here. For it to be in 120 seconds, I may pull this off and not have it here anymore. Ooh, there's something else that I need to do. Aether Flow, Seraph, Aether Pack. Take that off, and I'm gonna put in my mage defense. Expedient. I think it hovers around me, because it's not saying anything about target. And I don't have a target. Oh yeah, that was totally all around me. Wow, movement speed is not that much. Wow. Is it really? Yeah, it's only 10 seconds. But you know, battle sprint in battle is also 10 seconds. So that may be useful. Okay. A few changes in here. I need Lucid Healer. Stance on. Lucid Healer will be over there instead. Mage Defense. Wait. Dot 1. AC. Lucid. How do you spell that again? Lucid Dreaming. Dreaming. No, I don't want a target. I want to activate that even with there's no target. Okay, now I'll put Expedient in there. And I will have a target for this one. And I don't think I'll put it here in my bubble. Oh my gosh, this is old. 8.1. I have to change this. I don't want to waste lines. 8.1. Yeah, I don't want to put it here in my bubble shield. Because Expedient is like so like important. Must be efficient. Yes, must be. Ooh, if there's no enemy around, Expedient won't activate, so I need to take that off. I'm gonna check Radiant Aegis real quick. Radiant Aegis. Where are you? There you are. Create the barrier around self. So I don't need a target here either. Mana Ward, I definitely need one. Because that's whenever an attack is supposed to come. Or maybe I don't. Maybe I don't need one for any of these. Because if I don't have a target, it'll just activate whenever I don't have one. And I want Vercure to be on myself. And I use Surecast for a knockback sometimes whenever I don't want to move. Maybe I will put targets back on. But I will put sprint down there without a target. Actually, might be important to put it after the wait. So if Surecast doesn't activate, sprint will. And then Lucid Dreaming will always try to activate. And if I put this here, and then do sprint, and I'm probably gonna need another wait one here as well. And Lucid Dreaming. I'm losing my mind, hold on. I'll get it back. Surecast sprint, then Lucid Dreaming, sprint. No, it needs to be the other way around. I think that's what I'm going for. So basically what's going to happen is it's going to check all of these at the exact same time in order of operations. And then whichever one it activates, then it'll try to sprint. And if sprint isn't available, then it'll do Lucid Dreaming. Which then... .1. If one of these is activated, then it'll try to activate sprint, and then wait one more time, and then it will do Lucid Dreaming. Okay. So there's Expedient. Next, Protraction. Increases maximum HP of a party member or self by 10% and restores the amount increased. Increases HP recovery via healing actions by 10%. Okay, so... it's a 60 recast, so I want to use it as often as I can, which means that it is my macro 2, my healer macro 2, which for Scholar, it is Adlo. So, edit macro here. And Excogitation restores HP when HP falls below 50% or upon Effect duration expiration. I almost feel like I want this to go off first, because whenever I was going through Shadowbringers, I loved the, like, assistance that Excogitation had. And if the tank never needed to heal, at the end of the duration, it would just go ahead and heal for 800 potency. It made Scholar easier to focus on damaging, because I had Excogitation as my backup. I had my fairy, and then I had Excogitation, and then if I didn't have that, then I could do Protraction. If I need to put another shield up with Adlo, then I can put Protraction in there. T. ACT. And you are going to belong right under Excogitation. And you can see here in Scholar and Adlo, I put Focus Target in here again. Because again, I target the tank, so focus target the enemy, and then all of this stuff here is supposed to help with targeting the tank when the tank needs it. I actually don't know if this is like 100% accurate, because sometimes I'll target the enemy, and then the focus target will target whoever has the most enmity, which is usually the tank, or me. So I almost wonder, because when I'm targeting... I don't know. I don't want to mess with it too much, because I've tested this back in Shadowbringers, and I got in big, embarrassing trouble from it. No one, like, actually called me out. It was just more of like, oh, I noticed I made a mistake, and it cost me other players' lives. They were cool with it after I, like, did some fixes. But, yeah, that wasn't a glory moment for me and my macros. So I don't want to mess with this too much. I think it's working as is. That's why it's super important to go through the phases of when you make macros. Phase 1 is writing them out. Phase 2 is taking it to a striking dummy and testing them out there. And then phase 3 is going through an actual, like, dungeon or something. Something simple, something easy, that you can still, like, use the abilities that you're testing out. And it's something that the other players don't mind too much that you mess up, because it's not an extremely difficult fight. You could try doing it in, like, trials, but I wouldn't recommend doing this in normal raids. You could probably even get away with it in alliance raids, because there's so many people that you've got plenty of people to, like, cover for you as you, like, fix your issues while you're in the raid. But if you can't get to it right away, always come back to a striking dummy. If you notice that something was wrong, test it out again, go through the phases until you get it right. It can be scary, but you kind of have to think of it like a scientist. You're gonna break a few eggs until you finally figure out how to boil an egg sunny side up. You wouldn't want to be fixing a problem mid-dungeon? I mean, that's kind of how it can go sometimes. I make complicated macros, so there's bound to be issues here and there somewhere, but if you keep them, like, super easy, or you start them out super simple, and then you add on as you get more confident, that's fine. He also said something earlier. He said, you don't like the changes they did to Arcanus. I liked having more control over which colored carbuncle I had in battle. Trying to remember what Summoner used to be like. Because I do remember you can control the different colors. And, you would only summon one out most of the time because that was, like, their good abilities. You would waste way too much time casting the actual summons, getting them out, getting them to use the attack. I do get it. That some people miss the olden days. Heck, I miss Final Fantasy XI summoners back in the day. I would, like... You have to, like, hard cast the summoners to do certain abilities, and they would only have, like, just a few, and they would have the benefit of those, of each one doing something unique. Like, Final Fantasy XI Garuda would do a knockback. And that was super helpful, especially whenever, like, one of the ads would go towards a healer, I'd just be like, no. And then, as soon as they would knock back, I would bind them. So that was something super helpful. I think, you could summon Ramuh in Final Fantasy XI, I know that, and I think he had, like, an AoE dot that wouldn't affect the other summoners' dots. And you can also summon Leviathan in Final Fantasy XI, and Leviathan had a cure spell, so your summoner could be like a decent sub-healer. So in that game, you had to summon all the different primals for their unique abilities. It's not so much like that now here in Final Fantasy XIV with its newest update. Now, the summoning is a rotation. I love that they're instant cast, but I mean, they're all for show, honestly. Like, if I had the choice of going back to Final Fantasy XI, obviously Thunderin would be having Ramuh come out all the time and be the main summon. But it's not like that anymore. Square Enix always decides to change things because that's just what they do ever since they've been doing Final Fantasy. Their battle systems have always changed. And that's what I admire about them. They don't keep repeating the same thing over and over and keep releasing the same game over and over and just extending the storyline. No. They stop at one game. They go through that story. They change the battle system through each one, and then they stop. Unless, obviously, like, it's an actual sequel, like Final Fantasy X-2 or 13-2. And even then, the battle systems change a little bit, but so do the stories. They still have the same characters, but they're added on to the character growth, or even they focus on a different character other than the main character. Like, for example, in 10, the focus was on Titus, and Yuna was kind of like a sub-focus, but then in 10-2, Yuna was the focus, and Titus was just an end goal. 13... I mean, the focus was subpar Lightning for the most part, But you were learning about all these other characters, and you would bring them out and learn about them. But then in 13.2, the focus was Lightning's sister, Sarah. I don't know, I'm going off of a tangent as far as, like, how much I enjoy changes. But as far as, like, Summoner goes, I kinda wish that we would go back to Final Fantasy XI Summoner. And I'll end on that. Back to macros. Alright, protraction. I think I only put it in the one spot. I wonder if I... Yeah, I put excognation here. Oh, and I put protraction in here as well. Okay. Old me had ideas, and new me has ideas. 82 Art of War 2. Is this just an upgrade? Art of War Mastery goes from Art of 1 to 2. Okay. Don't have to worry about that one. And Broil 4, I think, is also an upgrade. Yep. Goes from Broil 3 to 4 and increases the potency of Ruin 2 to 220. Okay. Now that I have that, let's take a look at... Scholars... Where are they? Are they here? They're probably here. Yeah, here they are. Alright, let's make some updates on the potency on stuff. Let's go at the very bottom. Consolation. 250 all members. So that went down. $250. Sephiric Illumination is just a potency increase and a magic barrier for all party members. Angel's Whisper is a region for 80. Angel's Whisper 80. And oh, there it is. 80. Seraphic Veil is a cure for 180. Seraphic Veil 80. So it didn't go down too much. Oh, in fact, I can just put it right here. Okay. Fey Blessing. Cure potency to all members is 320. Fey's Blessing. That only went down a little bit. Fey Union is a region of one party member for 300. Fey Union. There it is. Oh man, that went down 100? Fey Illumination. Heal potency in all nearby members by 10%. Oh, okay, so it's just Seraphic. I don't have to worry about that. Whispering Dawn is 80. That one's gone. Okay, and then consultation is a 250 AOE with a barrier. Oh, and I already got that one down. Expedient doesn't have a heal boost. Neither does Protraction. Summon Seraph. I think I already did Seraphic. Yeah, I already did Seraphic Veil. Fey Blessing. Did that. No. Aether Pack. Fey Union. Already did that. Excogitation is 800. That's still the same. Emergency Tactics. Just creates a heal from the shield. Deployment Tactics, no. Indomitability is 400. Echo, 400. Indomitability. Alright, Sacred Soil has a region effect for 100. And that hasn't changed. Art of War Lustrate, it is 600. And that is still the same. Adlo is 300. Oh, that got boosted. Used to be 250. Now it's 300. While Whispering Dawn, I think I've already done that. Summons the Fairy Celine to fight your side. When set to guard, automatically cast Embrace on party members who suffer damage. And that's the exact same thing with Eos, so nothing has changed there. Which is kinda sad and stupid. Why have two fairies that do the exact same thing? And then there's finally Physic for 450. Ooh, wow. Physic got a boost. It went from 300 to 450. Nice. Echo, 450. Alright, Fey Blessing. You go above everything else. 250, 180, 150, 180. Done. Alright. There's my new priority. Not a whole lot has changed. Indomitability. That was an instant cast for all members. So let's go ahead and check my Cura. Which was Sucker. Where was Sucker? Did I miss it? Here we go, Sucker. It is 200. Ah, Sucker went up a bit. Wait, that stays 180. Make a new line, Echo 200. Sucker! Alright, that is an official, break time to cut off stream. And you know what? I've got something that I need to do tonight, and I need to reserve my energies because it is going to be a late night. So I am cutting stream off early for today. The next time I stream, I'll be back to macro updates. Because, I mean, I just did Scholar, so I still need to check Sage, Red Mage, Black Mage, and still check everything on Jaeger as well. So I'll be sitting here for a while. But for now, I'm gonna go get some lunch. So I hope you enjoyed streaming today. Hope you learned a lot about macros. Feel free to ask me any questions on the Discord if you need some help figuring some things out. And maybe I'll be able to... Maybe I'll be still logged in and I'll come over to your side of the game and hang out in your world. But again, thanks for hanging out. See ya next time.